fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here. And today I have for you, physical media is winning. That's right, physical media is winning. And you love to see it. I love to hear it. I'm all for it, baby. So what is this all about? I'm going to go ahead and throw this up here for you guys right here so you guys can pause it and read it if you want, but I'm going to summarize it real quick. So basically it's saying that Gen Z, 54% of Gen Z ages 13 to 28 are leading the revival, the reassessment, or whatever you want to call it, of physical media, and buying DVDs and CDs and physical media formats, which I love that. I've been covering that a lot here on the channel about how Gen Z is starting that, but I also love the fact that like it says 66% there, if you guys can see it, of people 29 to 44, which would be where I'm in that range. 66% is higher than 54 if I'm not mistaken there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely love that Gen Z is starting to buy physical media again, buying DVDs, CDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, and all that, vinyl and everything. I love seeing that, but let's not forget about people like myself who's been doing this for a long time. We never left physical media. We're still buying physical media. We're still the ones that are overbuying physical media. And yes, I know that was in pounds, not the US. That was over from Gumtree in the Britons or whatever you want to call it. But I am curious about how that is doing here in the US, because I do see that happening here in the US as well too. I've been covering it on my channel. I've done multiple videos about how Gen Z is buying DVDs and Blu-rays and everything as well too. And I just did a video not too long ago about how these 3 stores in this one city are their sales are rising, and that's in the US, and their sales are rising in the US, vinyls, CDs, cassettes, VHS, DVDs, Blu-rays, because more people are coming in for the vinyl resurgence and everything in these like boutique secondhand style stores, and they're buying those. And also while they're there, they're saying, hey, I really like this DVD, or hey, I really like this Blu-ray. And that's happening. And also I just covered it not too long ago. There's a video store that just reopened a new video store, I shouldn't say not reopened, but a new video store opened over in New York called Night Owl Video, where they are selling Blu-rays, 4Ks, DVDs, VHS, VHS, they're selling VCRs, they're selling, all that stuff, all that Blu-ray players, 4K players. My mind slipped there for a minute. Sorry. I am old. But they're selling all that stuff there, and they're thinking about possibly renting out videos. And I just talked to Harrison Lang, who owns his own video store up in Michigan, who in this mall, where not only moved from a small location, but he moved it twice to bigger locations within the mall because he was selling so well. Because sadly, like he did mention that like some of the stores had to close down, but his store was growing, and he was able to take advantage of those bigger sections of the store because he was making an impact, and he was selling so much in this mall that his store became huge. He's got 3 spaces all together where he's selling Blu-rays, 4Ks, vinyls, t-shirts, posters, everything, and trying to make it like a video store, and he's doing very good business. Now, I am curious how the sales are doing here in the US, because as I was also talking to him, he was curious as to how they record the sales, because let's be honest here, they only record these sales if you buy them from like a big box store, like a Walmart or a grocery store or something, or on Amazon or online or Groove or something like that. They record those physical media sales, and that's how they know they're selling. But I am curious how they record the sales from like these boutique stores and these secondhand style stores, because a lot of that is secondhand or used or whatever that people brought in, and they do get new movies. They do get like Vinegar Syndrome. They do get like Shout Factories, Arrow Videos, and in these type of stores as well too. They'll set them out, sections for new, what these type of stores are. They'll set them out, and so I think maybe they record them because like they'll order like a bulk thing of like 100 of them, and then they'll sell them in the store, so they may record their sale that way. But I am curious to this, and it is you can see physical media is winning. Like I mentioned in the last video, I don't like calling it a revival. I don't like calling it a resurgence, because I don't feel like it ever really disappeared. Yeah, did streaming come along and go mainstream? Yeah, streaming came along with mainstream. Most people do that, but people like myself, like you saw there, 66%, at least according to that survey, like people my age are still buying physical media. Kids, the Gen Z, 54% are buying physical media, and then there were also other stats, as you saw there, about people older and older still buying. So, or buying and everything, and these numbers are starting to grow. And I am very curious of how they're doing it here in the U.S. and everything. And I'm loving to see that people are. I did like your guys' comments in the last video, like reassessment was one of them. Oh my gosh, I can't remember all the names because there were so many good ones you guys gave me for words that are better than the resurgence, revival, and all that. I can't remember all of them, but I thank you all who left comments in that last video, gave me those ideals, because I feel like you guys gave me some really good ones, and I don't feel like it's a resurgence or revival because it's always been here, but I feel like people are starting to see the weariness and the corruption of streaming, because you don't own that. Those titles won't always be there. You see the commercials being added in. It's becoming more like cable. You will never own digital, even if you buy it. And who's going to spend $30? I don't care who you are. I'm sorry. Who's going to spend $30 just to watch a movie that I'd rather go to the theater. Yeah, I know people will say, well, why go to the theater when you can just wait? I'm not spending $30 to see a new theatrical movie on digital. I'm not doing that. That is just dumb money to spend, because I can go and spend $10 where I live. I know somewhere other people live, it can be a little more, but I can go spend $10 to see a movie in the theater. And then I personally, as growing up in, in that age, I can wait. I can, I can wait 3 months, 6 months, whatever, for a 4K release or Blu-ray release. I can wait. But yeah, I'm just curious about this. And I also myself personally just went to a sort of boutique store this past weekend. I'm going to show you a little bit of footage here as well. A little like nostalgic wall they have here that reminds you of like Blockbuster. I went to this place. It's like, these places are wonderful. They bring that form of nostalgia. They bring you that, and as you can see, VHS, everything. I was there. You could spend hours and hours in these places. They have such an amazing set of movies and everything, from used and everything. And then this one was more of a used one, just used where I was here, and it was just a fun time to be there. And I absolutely enjoyed it. And it just like it brings back these nostalgic memories and everything. And I think that's why so many people my age are still buying and still wanting that, because we remember the video store era. We remember that, and we long for that, and we buy that, and we've always bought them, and we keep them with us. And then these newer, younger generations that are coming back into buying these, they see videos like this, or mostly TikToks, not so much YouTube like this, but they'll hear a song on TikTok where they'll see somebody talking about a VHS or DVD or Blu-ray or something, or a CD or vinyl on TikTok or something, and they wonder what that's like, because all they've known is digital. All they've known is digital. So now they want that physical media thing. And I do worry a little bit that once they start getting a little older, they may tune out of that. But I'm hoping that the trend of the physical media stays alive and well, and it can continue, and people will continue to see the benefit and value of owning what you love physically, and it is yours. Can't be taken down, can't be changed, can't be erased, can't be lost in the shuffle of streaming services, and you don't have to pay for it over and over and over and over. You can have one-time payment, and it's yours forever. And now, as I went to that store, I didn't buy anything this past time I was there, but before, I have been there before, so I have bought from them before. I did buy a VHS copy of Cat's Eye, Stephen King's Cat's Eye, from them. Great condition as well. And I also bought Kickboxer 2 from them as well last time I was there. Great copy. These are like pristine copies. So it's a great time, and it's always fun to go to these places and buy physical media, because physical media is winning. It is winning, and it will continue winning. Let me know what you guys thought about this video in your thoughts and comments, comment section down below. If you like what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing, hitting that bell for notification. That'd be awesome if you're in your guys' subscriptions. Or possibly share this video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys being channel members here, and for all of your support. To everybody watching, whether you like me, hated me, or like this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever y'all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media, because it truly is the superior format, and it will stay winning now more than ever. Godspeed.